on, Mike?
Maurice, how are you?
Fantastic. How's it going yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. I want to welcome everyone to the Real Racquetball Show, game number 33. Happy Monday, December the 13th. So it's a jumped right into the middle of December. It seems like it was just July, but December's here already, and the holidays are all around us. So really appreciate everybody tuning in. Maurice, how you been?
I've been all right. It's been a busy day today. I actually got to hit a court today, and God knows how long. Right. Mike, speaking of courts, but we're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that.
I did not get on a court today, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been up since about 3:30 this morning.
Oh, good grief! Wow,
it's been a long day, and it's not over yet. It's a long day today.
Well, hopefully it doesn't go too much longer. We'll enjoy the show, and then you can take a nap.
Yeah, hopefully, but we'll see.
All right. Well, we got some really cool guests for this evening. Really good show. Hopefully everybody got to see what the promos were. We're going to chat about the Giving Tuesday, how wonderful everybody supported USA Racquetball. We have another USA Racquetball hat to give away. The last one from the last show. I shipped that hat to Alaska. Chad from Alaska won that hat, so I'm hoping he's received that by now. If not, you should have in another day or so. I'm not sure how long it takes to get from Kansas City to Alaska. So hopefully it arrives soon. Then we're going to bring some special guests on. Adam and Erica are going to come on and talk about the court wars a little bit. Have you heard about that? That's a neat concept, isn't it?
I've heard about it. I can't wait to hear how they came up with it. And I can't wait for it to happen either.
I just think that's a neat concept to present racquetball in a little bit of a different way. So I'm kind of looking forward to chatting with Adam and Erica about how they came up with this and what all they're doing on it, and how that's going. And then we have some special guests from the Team USA. They just arrived back from Guatemala, and as everybody knows, just did an amazing job while they were down there. Won the overall championship for the first time in 7 years. I think this was 7 years, and everybody played incredible. It was so much fun to watch. Hopefully you got to watch some of that while they were down there.
Heck yeah, absolutely. I got to learn some stuff. Come on, Mike. I got that notepad as a C player. I got to write down everything I get. I got notes.
Yeah. Well, it was so much fun to watch. Everybody played with such amazing passion, and you could just see it on the court. They were putting everything into every shot, every game. It was so much fun to watch. It's cool. All right. Well, let's just jump in. One of the first topics we want to talk about is one of the favorites is the Real Racquetball Champion. We're still looking for folks to send us nominations. If you have anybody in your area that is doing good things to help grow racquetball, whether it's through a junior program or renovating courts or raising money for your programs or just building outdoor courts or teaching people to play outdoor or indoor, doesn't matter. Send us your story. Tell us a little bit about them. We really need those folks to be identified. We want to celebrate all the great things people are doing about racquetball. And we know there's a lot of it going on, and we've had some great Real Racquetball champions so far. So send us in. We are going to have the next champion will be named on our January 24th show. So you've got a little bit of time to send them in. And on the 24th, during that show, we will name the next Real Racquetball champion. So that's pretty cool. I love that segment, and I love being able to identify those folks. So just send us an email. You saw the email address on the screen. Just send us a quick story. Tell us a little bit about it.
One thing I like about that segment is, like, one of the main purposes is you meet people or you hear about and learn about people that you never would have heard of. And at least I would say over half of them I would have never came in contact with and would have never knew about the things they've been doing to help grow or inspire others to play racquetball at the same time. Here, about the breast cancer shootout or people just stopping. There was one person I think won, but didn't want to come on because they had to go give a clinic to go teach other people how to play. Like that's amazing to me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just to give people kudos for what they do, and they've all greatly appreciated it. You know,
Yeah.
they don't go into it wanting recognition or expecting it, but it's nice to be recognized.
And it helps others learn what they're doing, so they've come up with new ideas that they can do in their area. So some really good thoughts in there. And speaking of really great people doing amazing things, Giving Tuesday was last week. We want to celebrate what everyone did for Giving Tuesday. We had a goal this year of $5,000. It's gone up each year. Last year, our goal was $4,000, and we exceeded that. And this year, the graphic you see on the screen is just kind of show you where those donations came from, what states. 17 different states donated money. Total given was $6,687.83.
Wow.
Just thank you so much for everyone that helped, everyone that donated. Giving Tuesday is a day designated for all of those to support a charity somewhere in the country. So if you weren't able to give to USA Racquetball, hopefully you were able to give a little bit to a charity that's close to your heart. Something that's really significant and important that USA Racquetball strives for every year is that we look for 100% support from our USA Racquetball board. And this year during Giving Tuesday, we achieved that goal. We have 100% support from the USA Racquetball board. So it's important that the board supports USA Racquetball in this process. So appreciate it from everybody. We had some phenomenal donors. They're listed on the page. So if you run across one of them, pat them on the back and thank them for helping us grow racquetball. All right. And national championships, we have locations and dates for several of them. National doubles, February 2nd through the 6th, Tempe, Arizona. Love going to Tempe. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know you're going to be there, so we'll see you there.
Be there in havoc. You know me.
Yeah, and I look forward. I believe that's where I first met you was at National Doubles.
2020. Yep.
Yeah, I'd met Troy a few years before that because he come to Kansas City and played in some of our tournaments. But I think that was the first time I'd met you was in Tempe, Arizona. And knew then that somewhere along the line we were going to work together somehow.
Yep, and haven't stopped knowing you since.
I love it. High schools, March 2nd through the 6th in St. Louis, Missouri. Looking forward to going back to St. Louis for the high schools. They, of course, have a great place to host it. A lot of fun, a lot of good kids. It's a great week of racquetball. There'll be hundreds of kids playing racquetball that week. Collegiates, a lot of questions about collegiates going to happen or not. It's been a challenge just because typically we hold collegiates on a college campus. Well, they've been less than inviting with COVID and everything. They're all struggling to get by with what they're trying to do in their education systems. So opening up their gymnasiums for racquetball is not on the top of their priority. But everybody can know that the Collegiate Nationals will be March 23rd through the 26th in Tucson, Arizona. We're going to a new place to go to Tucson, and the Collegiate Nationals will be there. For more information, look on the USA Racquetball website. If you don't find what you're looking for, just give us a call, send us a text or an email, and we'll be happy to chat with you about the national championships coming up.
Sweet.
The last two on our slate are singles and juniors, and we're still working on those. So just with COVID, getting contracts from venues that we can depend on having the ability to host an event is just really, it's still a challenge.
Yeah.
It's tough. So we'll have those announced here really quick. We have potential sites for both of them and hope to have those announced out hopefully by the next show.
Yeah.
So all those dates and locations are streaming on the bottom of your screen. All right. How about we give away another hat? See where we can send another hat.
Okay.
And this question's a little bit easier than the one we did last time. Last time it took some time to get a real good. In case you're wondering, USA Racquetball hat, really nice, good hats, embroidered. So, you want to read the trivia question for this week?
Sure. Yeah. Totally. Absolutely. Let's go. All right. Stuart, you pop it up for me. I don't want to mess it up. I'm doing this blind. What was it? When was I don't have my notes, Mike.
Okay, well let me when was the last time Team USA won the overall team title at the World Championships?
I was right. Shucks.
You had it in your head. I know.
I was like, man. My computer I'm still fixing it, so I got my notes.
Everybody watching, go ahead and put down when was the last time Team USA won the overall team title. And I think we have a winner already. We do. By golly, looky there. Raymond Berner. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not.
I couldn't tell you.
Berner. Raymond, you won it. You got it. 2014. And the second part is, do you know where that was at? Do you know where that championship was held at? We'll give that one away. It was in Burlington, Canada. Our neighbors to the north. In 2014, World Championships was the last time the USA won the title in the World Championships. How cool is that? And now, that was the picture on your screen is the 2014 World Championship photo. And there are two people in that photo that went in 2014 and were also at the 2021 championships.
Wow.
Rhonda and Cheryl Kirk were the only two that were there both times. How cool is that? So that's a really neat picture of a team, and wonder how many people could go through and name all those folks. We still work with a lot of them, but that was a pretty cool team. So, Raymond, send me an address where I can send your hat, and I will get that shipped out to you this week. Congratulations and good job.
Congrats.
Yeah. All right. So, let's invite a couple of our guests on.
Okay.
Let's get Adam and Erica Manilla to come on and tell us a little bit about this really neat concept of the court wars. So, Adam, welcome to the show. Erica, welcome to the show. And Erica, you're on mute just in case.
Thank you. Hi.
Yes, hi. Fantastic. Thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. This is such an interesting concept that I think that being able to describe what it is works a little better than just putting it in an email or sending it out. So Absolutely. This works out as a great medium to get you guys to kind of tell us a little about. Erica, why don't you tell us a little bit about how this idea and concept started and how you two put this together and how you got it to where it is.
Definitely. So I am the wrong one to ask between both of these where it got started, because that would be my brother and Bobby Horn on a random night. So Adam, do you want to talk about how the idea came to be?
Yeah. So Bobby Horn and I live together right now. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of shenanigans that goes down. And so one night we were watching the UFC fights, and just, we were like, why can't racquetball do something like this? And, it was kind of like, it's not really. And then we're like, no, like, why can't something like this happen? And because UFC has a lot of the same issues that racquetball has, as far as problems that we face as a sport. And, if you look at like a boxing gym or facility, most of the times they're not very big. They have to, they can't fit a ton of people around them. And unless you're talking these huge venues at which they're at now, streaming is also a bit of a challenge because you have all the ropes and the cages and everything around there. It makes it very difficult. And so we just kind of thought about it, and we were like, is this something possible? And the more details we started putting together, we really liked the concept of it. And how we can, really at the end of the day, it's just another way for players to try and make some money playing the sport, really is what it comes down to. And One thing about the racquetball community that is super great is we have very, very supportive people, and people that love racquetball, love it, and will do anything to keep the sport going in a positive direction. And so, doing something like this, we have the support of a lot of people and a lot of people wanting to see it done. And it's moving in a great direction. There's a few factors that we're excited about for our event. When you look at like a traditional tournament, you don't know the matchups on who it's going to be until the day before or 6 hours before the actual event. So how can you, as a commentator or a stream, thoroughly prep for like the matchups and what they're against and the stats and all of that? You look at the NFL or NBA, you have many days to gather all those materials to make a successful stream. And so by doing something like this, it's one easy thing that we can prep everyone on before to make a very well informed and good, entertaining piece. Another thing people really like is the banter between players on the court, and it's a lost art right now. All the banter and talk and what really goes down inside a racquetball court. And so we're excited to showcase that as well, and really just bring to light these athletes on the court, because some of them they get feisty on the court and it's entertaining, and that's what you like, right? When you watch
Yeah,
UFC,
absolutely.
you like it when Conor McGregor's over there walking in funny or talking to his opponent. That's the kind of stuff that drives people entertainment. So really, what me and Erica and Bobby are doing is just, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're just trying to make something, a model that already works, and try and integrate it into our sport, is really the biggest thing.
And that's phenomenal. I don't know if you were playing much. It used to be, it wasn't all that long ago, 10 years ago. So they used to mic up the players. And I always loved that.
Yeah.
The Pro Nationals and the US Open both, they wear wireless mics.
Exactly.
And I was, one of my favorite parts of the whole match was, the players have gotten nicer over the years.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, they weren't as nice. And there were things said that were put out into the arena that probably shouldn't have been, but it was so entertaining.
Absolutely.
You understood why they were pushing and shoving when you heard what they were saying.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I love that part of it. So I think there's a great market, and you're right. People want to support racquetball. They're just not exactly sure how.
Yep.
And you guys have created a format here that can do that allows people to, pay-per-view is kind of the way things work now for the bigger events, and more things are going to it.
I think what Adam said, when we're trying to make something for athletes as well to be able to perform, but I feel a lot of tournaments have been placed around athletes and not placed around spectators. Not to be right or wrong in either way, but was another point of this, was racquetball has asked for something new. We made something new, and it's not being based around the athletes, although that's the show, but it's based around how to bring it to the spectators and what the spectators want to see. So it's just going that over and beyond piece a little bit more to be able to bring the fans out, to be able to give them what they want to see. And so I think that's another big part of it.
Which is a phenomenal piece.
Speaking of wanting to create something new, right? We're going to plug you all because you're here, right? You have Manilla Athletics, right? What was the main reason, and how did you all come up with Manilla Athletics, right? Like, what was the main drive of wanting to do it? What did you see, and what did you want to change? What's the goal of Manilla Athletics?
I can take it. It's the same thing as what we've been saying. Our goal is, as young people in the sport, we just want to try and spice things up a little bit. And the coaching aspect, for example, is, how many people out in the US have access to a professional coach where they play? And 95% of the people are going to say, I don't. And it's just not a luxury that we have like we used to. And so through the means of, on the online, we're allowed to do that now. And so that's all this is. It's just giving us access to, no matter where you're located, you can still get professional coaching, no matter where you're located. And so, we're just again, it's just all about trying to create something new. And if it goes well, then it goes really well. And if it doesn't, we try a new idea. And that's just what it's about. But me and Eric are very big on, trying new things and making new things happen instead of just saying, we should change things and not do anything.
Yeah. And that's the key that struck me the most, and why I so appreciate everything you guys are doing. Is that there's so much complaining about nobody does. You should be, and none of it gets anything done. We can't. USA Racquetball cannot fix everything wrong with racquetball. Players and people and come up with. So you hit it right on the head. You guys are making changes and taking risks and trying things. And I think your concept of the NFL and all the big sports, they're not centered around the athletes. They're the big thing because they market them and they're the product. But all of the money comes from the show, and they spend millions making the show big. You've got to have the athletes, and they're phenomenal. No, never take a thing away from them. But
Absolutely,
there's nothing without the show.
And every avenue in which you watch all these players in sports, you pay for it in one way or another. It's the cable, or it's the pay-per-view, or it's whatever it may be. And so, it's just our way of, how can we make a sustainable model that we can keep on doing this for years and years instead of making it a donation where everyone has to do it. The idea is to get it to where it runs itself, and you're making money off of it so that everyone can benefit from it.
And hopefully everyone's seen the marketing aspects of this. We've tried going totally different from what Racquetball's ever done with marketing, and to be able to change it and spice it up and do the interviews of the athletes that you guys have all seen, announcing things every single week. So hopefully everyone's been enjoying the marketing aspect of it as well, just to change it up.
Yeah, very well done. I compliment you on that. That's I love the aspect of announcing the matches, not all at one time, spreading it over time, professional looking graphics. I don't know who's doing your graphic works for you, but that is really well done. Absolutely.
Thanks.
I spent 25 years in printing and graphics design work, owned several printing companies and such. So I come from that background, and you can tell the difference when somebody does it with, a cheap program and doesn't know what they're doing. No, this really good, powerful stuff. Great job.
YouTube and a can-do attitude.
Exactly. And that's what we've been missing for a long time. So I applaud you two for the creativeness and the work you've done.
So got one more for you, Erica. Obviously you're playing, good luck in your matchup.
Thank you.
Adam, what's a matchup you're looking forward to watching this weekend?
Yeah, it's a great
lot of good ones, right?
There's a lot of good ones. Probably the one I'm most excited for is our doubles matchup. We're bringing Marky Rojas out of retirement to play with Jose Diaz against the Bredenbach brothers. And it's just, for those of you that have seen Diaz and Marky play on the court, there's nothing but comedy that goes on between those two on the court, but it's in an effective way, and they do it better than pretty much anyone I've ever seen do it before. And they can really just kind of like a Troy and Maurice, very similar to where they can create all this banter, but really focus on playing in the game. And it's very well done. And so they make it entertaining. They're diving all over the place. And then you have the Bredenbachs on the other side who are just, super power hitters and, don't really say much and just kind of give you the mean mug and, and then quietly whisper stuff under their breath. And, but you'll get to see all that as viewers at this. And it's going to just be very high intensity. Our whole stadium or our whole court is sold out. So there's going to be a ton of energy in the facility. So I'd probably have to go with that one, but man, I could give an argument for the other four as well.
You mean not your sister?
Yeah,
I knew I was going to get that.
Absolutely. Watch you do all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Erica, do you have a favorite matchup? Like I said, obviously you're playing, but do you have a favorite matchup that you're looking forward to watching and/or obviously competing in?
Right. Yeah. As Adam said, I'm excited for all the matchups. Truthfully, I'm excited about our junior matchup, about who's the best junior in the U.S.
Yeah.
Because I did not have the opportunity to get to see Tato and Nikhil play against each other. What was it? A couple years ago.
Yeah.
But there's been a handful of people that have said that is the best match they've ever watched in their life. And that's between pro racquetball, that's between amateur racquetball. They cover all the spectrums. If you guys have not met Nikhil or Tato, those two, love them. They like to talk a lot. So I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to get Tato back on the court, see if he can live up to all the talk that he's talking over there, and then see if Nikhil's getting off the squash court or not. We'll see. But no, I'm excited to see the up and coming juniors, because one, as the adult team, we were able to bring back the gold medal this year, and so this is the new juniors that are gonna bring that gold medal back, the juniors as well. So that's our up and coming talent throughout the U.S. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I'm looking forward to that also. I did get to watch that match when it happened, and I'm not sure I'd say that it was the greatest match I've ever seen, but I'd put it in the top ones. It was everything. All they had was right there on the court. It was fun to watch. So the only sad part about it was somebody had to lose, because they just didn't deserve to lose that match.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
Well, that's very cool. Appreciate anything you guys want to add to the court wars, something we haven't asked about, or anything you want to pitch or talk about?
Truthfully, I would say you guys have been looking for something new. Everybody has. So the amount of work that has gone into this over the last 6, 7, 8 months now, every little detail is getting taken care of. So if you guys are looking for something exciting, looking for something new, sign up, view it. And so it's $30 for the pay-per-view. Our link is down in the comments. So check it out. If you have any questions, Adam, Bobby, Wayne Antone, Brian Pineda, every single one of us are always at your guys' disposals to ask questions to. So I like to think we're really friendly, easy to talk to. So come chat with us. And on Manilla Athletics platform, our whole entire mission statement is to bring professional coaching to all athletes, no matter levels, no matter experience on the court, no matter what. So message us. We're here for you guys. We're here to grow the sport. We're here for people to get better. And we do this because we love racquetball, not for any other reason. So
fantastic. December 18th,
December
11
18th.
a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Go to the link, like Erica said, it's in the chat box. Go there, sign up. I'm looking forward to it. I will be in front of my television watching it. And if anybody's got a concern about how to get it onto their TV, USA Racquetball actually we put together a pager that'll tell you how to get that up on your big screen. So if you got questions, reach out to, I'm sure Adam, Erica, you guys could probably help them out real easy. We do have a instruction sheet on USA Racquetball. We want people to be able to watch that on the big screen, surround sound, blow it up, make it crazy.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming and joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Maurice. Appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah. And I get to stay.
You get to stay. Yes, that's true. All right. Fantastic.
Psych.
Well, that was such a cool segment. That's so cool. I just hope this thing blows up and you guys are world famous off of this, because that's such a cool concept.
Thank you. I don't know if world famous is going to happen, but this is our life. This is our passion. So we're just trying to do anything we can for everyone that supported us and to give it back. That's
so cool. Yeah, I just love the entrepreneurness of going out and trying something new, and you've got to be willing to try something new, be strong enough to fail, get up and try something different. That's just how it works. And not enough people have that in them. They just want to complain about it. Yeah. Well, I know 2 other athletes that are the same way. Good. And Team USA, my teammates, they're the same exact way. They're willing to fail, willing to get back up. And it's just, that's how you get to the front. Yeah. So let's bring the other athletes on. The rest of our Team USA athletes, thank you so much for waiting to join us. Appreciate your taking time. Welcome back to the U.S. Thank you.
I'm not quite home yet, but thank you. I'm in Mexico right now.
Okay. Took a detour.
A little vacation after the vacation.
All right. After the vacation. Watching you guys play, it didn't look like a vacation. It looked crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, congratulations. I don't know how else to put it other than that was absolutely amazing. I just watching you guys compete and watching the whole team compete was some of the best racquetball I've ever seen. It just really was. And I think just the passion that you guys put into it, that was amazing. So I think what we'd like to do is not necessarily talk about the matches themselves, but talk a little bit about, tell everybody else about kind of what the experience was like, what it took to get from here to there, compete for all those days, and then get back from their home with, all of the obstacles and everything that you had to do, the training and the competing and all of that good stuff. So Erica's been talking a lot. Let's start with you.
Well, right. We definitely had an amazing trainer who went on the trip with us. I was telling Erica, we had a pro stop this weekend, and I was not sore the whole time in Guatemala. My body felt great. And then this pro stop came. After the first day, I was like, where's Roger? I need Roger. I don't know what he was doing, but it was working because I was not sore all the whole trip. And I get back and play in one tournament. I'm like, I'm done.
Well, that's great to hear. That really is.
Yes. So it was great having him on the trip. He was new. No one knew him going on. So we loved having him. I think one of the biggest obstacles going into the tournament was probably our doubles team not having played together before, Charlie and Alex. So I know that was a big thing that you couldn't even prepare for. So we just tried to get there a couple days early. We got to practice on the courts, but also they were practicing together for the first time. So that was really fun watching them learn each other's game and kind of figure out their strategy and what side to play on and how each other plays. So that was probably one of the biggest obstacles that we went through there. Charlie, you can talk more on that.
Yeah, we really didn't know who was playing backhand until 0-0 in the first match. So I guess you're right. I wasn't something I was really thinking about as far as an obstacle, but the way this team is made up and the way we qualify, but then we can choose to bring a certain amount of players. And initially the men's team decided to bring 4 players, which is the maximum you can bring, for obvious reasons of being as well rested as possible through the event. And then kind of towards the last minute, Rocky Carson decided not to go, really just couldn't take the risk of going down to Guatemala given the COVID situation. And we all understood that. And I think it was all in the back of our heads too. So it just sort of put at least the men's team into a little, just a decision-making mode. And we decided it was best that Alex and I play, just given that Alex has kind of proven himself to be the best player. And we just thought he could handle the 2 divisions. Not like Jake and I couldn't, but that Alex could probably handle them the best. But it was a fun experience for Alex and I. And yeah, obviously a shout out to Roger, our trainer. I'm on vacation and I still miss him. It goes to show. It was really cool that, this was someone who really had no experience in racquetball at all, was trying to learn the game while he was there. But whether he knew about racquetball or not, he knows how to, take care of athletes. And I think for all of us, a big, just something that was really cool was winning that and having him there, on this trip. So yeah, shout out to Roger. And it was just a fun trip more than anything. I think we had a lot of fun.
Good. Well, that's really great to hear, because, a trip like that, in the end, it should be fun. You should enjoy doing it. And, you guys probably all know this. Roger was a trainer that Renee reached out to the USOPC and asked if they had any really good trainers that would be willing to travel with our team to Guatemala. And they came back and said, this guy's great. And we researched him a little bit to make sure he was, had some experience and wasn't just a rookie out of school. And he came back with glowing reviews. So we were pretty comfortable and pretty confident to send him on the team. But having never met him or know anything about him, we were just nervous that I don't know who this guy is if he gets there and he doesn't know what he's doing. So it's really good to hear that he knew what he was doing and did a good job and fit in well. So, well, some of the other things that we got a few questions from some different people that were asking about the difference in going in this setting with having a coach and a trainer and a little bit of support staff. How does the planning go into that? Team meetings and I think everybody would be really interested to know kind of the logistics of preparing for a match. Did you meet each day? Those type of things. Erica, so how did all that go and how did it fit together? And what's your thoughts on having all of those people kind of hanging around to help?
Right. Well, the difference between like an LPRT or an IRT event and then Team USA event is you have a team behind you. You're not just competing for yourself anymore. You're competing for your team. So we did do nightly team meetings, which I thought was absolutely amazing. Coach Jim Durham, he was months before, he was sending us analyses of all of our athletes, of all the players that we were going to play against. So it was, hey, so-and-so really struggles in this quadrant of the court. They skip this many times over here. So he was on top of it months before that event, communicating and talking with us. And this is my first year on the event, but from what I've heard is like that doesn't always happen, so he had the analysis part down pat. And then Malia Bailey, Kaylani's mom, I've always seen her coaching Kaylani, so it's really nice having her in my corner this time and not against me, so I really liked that. And I just highly respect her from just everything she's done on Team USA as well, so having her in our corner was super cool as well. And just the cheering. There's something about being able to, when you're on the court and you're looking back in your corner, and you not only see your coaches, but your team, your trainer, everyone's there. We might have been small, but that was something that every single country saw. Even one of the team girls, somebody from Bolivia, I'm not going to do anything, said, you know what, I'm really jealous of what you guys have. And you guys won because of your team that was there. And so that was something that I could tell that Team USA had. And I'm not going to say that the other countries didn't have it, but we were hanging out every single night. We were all going to dinner. We were all at breakfast every single morning. These people would wake up at like 7:15 a.m. Breakfast closes at 9. So why are they texting at 7:15? Do you guys want to go get coffee? No, I'm sleeping. All right. But 8 a.m. every morning, we were all downstairs as a team, getting coffee, eating breakfast. We were on the buses together, going to the club, coming back to the club. If somebody didn't want to go get dinner, we were bringing Uber Eats back. And so this team has not only just been a team, it's now my family. And truthfully, like not texting them every day, it's kind of funky. I'm like, hey, hold up. Can I text some of you guys? Like, hello.
So who was the first one up? Who was the early bird?
Charlie? Alex?
Not me. I think it was Alex.
Jake?
I think it was Alex.
Alex and Jake always message.
And who was the last one up? Who'd you have to bug every day to get up?
Me. So, and I roomed with Alex, so it was a bad combination.
That seems extreme, yeah.
And like Eric, breakfast closed at 9, so if I wanted to eat, I had to get up, and you saw me, stumbling down at like 8:55 in my pajamas to get in the line for an omelet. So,
okay. And nobody took pictures? We don't get to see pictures of Charlie wandering around in his pajamas getting coffee?
They might be out there.
Yeah, I wanted to explain the trophy, but
Oh, I got a question for y'all. Speaking of the trophy, right? At the end, when you all clinched gold medal, Pictures circulated, everybody drinking out the trophy. Was there any concerns about drinking one out each other? Because Mike and I spoke about this on our call. I'm asking y'all's opinion.
I don't know if that was public knowledge, Maurice.
It's too late now. It's too late now. I'm asking. Was there any? Was it okay? So, serious question. Because of the time you all spend together, right? Because of the camaraderie and the relationship you build because of it, does it matter at that point? Because at that point you feel like a family. It's where you share that experience of going through the trials of it. Could you describe to a viewer who might not ever go to a world championship what it's like to clinch that gold medal as a team? Yeah. Anyone can answer.
Well, I'll be honest. At least for me, I didn't know that we won until they were like lining us up, to go onto the podium.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought we got second, but it was it was just so close. We won. The team won by 4 points, which it's 712 points to 708.
Wow.
So it's like the difference of like 0.5%. Basically. Wow. So it was unbelievably close, and just I don't know. For some reason I didn't think we got it. Just because Mexico made such a big push at the end and won three golds, and and so I'm standing there and I noticed that Mexico lined up behind us, and that was the moment that like I had a little mini freak out in line, and it still didn't even hit me until we were standing up there and holding the trophy. And then afterward, when we were passing that trophy around, that's when it, I think, really hit us. And then Mike called us and congratulated us, and it just got better and better from there. So for me, I played junior racquetball, and we won the team title when I was 15, and I hadn't won a team title since then in juniors or adults. So it'd been 20 years since my last team title. So pretty crazy, at least for me. And, and then just like the feeling, knowing that there were so many people at home that were so happy, like not necessarily for us, but that we brought the trophy home to the US. That was a cool feeling too. Just knowing like that the fans were really excited about it too.
Sweet.
And I think saying that the fans were excited is understating it a little bit. It was just bizarre how excited everybody was. Once they announced it and it was kind of the word got out, I probably had and I'm sure you guys' phones just blew up, but I wasn't expecting that I'd get more than a couple people to tell me congratulations. No, I've gotten congratulations from all the other sports, all the other NGBs, all the Olympic sports. Most of the executive directors sent me a text or an email and congratulate. So they were paying attention somehow. I didn't really realize they would, but that was really cool. It was great that it touched that many people. So
I think like this year compared to any of the other trips I've been on, just the marketing that USA Racquetball had been doing throughout the trips really helped too, because we were able to share any stories you guys put up or any of the posts you guys had out there. We could share to our pages, and then our people were sharing them. So I think that's kind of how it blew up like that, because that has not been done before.
Oh, well, that's great to hear. And I know that Renee and Amy worked really hard. They were both posting everything they could get their hands on. Of course, Cheryl writes that blog every day, which is an amazing write-up she does. So it gave them context to put things out with. So that was cool. Mm-hmm. Got a question from Bob Brazier typed in. He wants to know how many Team USA players qualified for the World Games, and how are you preparing for that event?
Well, we had both of our men single players qualify, Alex and Jake, and then myself and Rhonda both qualified. So all of our singles players qualified, which is amazing. Just so you guys know, there's no doubles at the World Games, and only the top, basically 12 players at this event were able to qualify. Top 12 men, top 12 women. with an additional 2 spots going to Europe and 2 going to Asia. So 16 total men, 16 total women going to that tournament. Going in, Alex's position, he'll be ranked 1st, and then Jake will be ranked 5th, and then I'll be going in at 2nd and Rhonda at 3rd. So
wow, impressive.
Yeah, it'll be an awesome tournament. And even though the tournament for the World Games is kind of long, I think we're only going to be competing for a total of 4 days because of the amount of players. So it'll be a shorter tournament than the other international events.
I'm looking forward to that. And it being in the U.S., those that don't know, it's in Birmingham, Alabama. So we'll have a lot of publicity out about it. It is a huge event to be hosted in the U.S. So we're really proud of all of you that are going to go represent there. And seating is phenomenal. Great job. Great job. See, Troy, your partner's on watching.
What do you say?
Wahoo, what's up?
Oh, whoa, what's up? Gotcha.
Whoa, what's up? Okay.
That's okay. I'll call him when we get done.
Okay. So,
I did have a question for Kaylani and Erica. So, Arizona, Chicago, World Championships. Obviously, Christmas
and then Maryland last weekend.
Yeah, and Christmas Classic. So World Championship. How does it feel playing? This is now the 4th tournament. Erica, you're about to be in your 5th. This is at least 4 for you both. How do you all feel physically? Like going into Worlds, did playing the 2 weekends previously prepare you mentally and physically for the workload that you were going to have to be going to for World Games?
I think so. I mean, I think Erica too had some amazing tournaments, or did amazing in the past few tournaments. So I think just as we keep playing all of this competition leading up to the World Games, it really helped get us in the right mindset. We were able to focus and get into that competitive zone. But also, I think both of our games have elevated just because of all the tournaments in a row. I think it's great. My body now is feeling it from Maryland, but really, I felt great up until this weekend. Somehow. Thank you, Roger, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with her. I'm not going to say it's easy to be on the road for a month, considering this is my only 6 months doing this full time. But Guatemala is a dream and was a dream to be on this team. And so it wasn't like thinking about what your body was feeling wasn't a thing. I mean, you could see Rhonda, she was injured and she was playing, she was fighting it through it. But it was when USA is on your back and on your chest, it's not just adrenaline that's in those matches. I don't even know how to explain it. It's something more. It's not at a regular tournament where you're like, adrenaline's running, fist pumping, whatever. It's when USA is on your back and you're representing your organization, your country, you're there with your team. Everyone that plays out in the US, it's not just adrenaline that's feeding into it. And I mean, I can say like, Kaylani, I've never seen her, and I mean this in the best way, I've never seen you play such amazing racquetball. I mean, that girl came out lights out, like, holy cow. And so, and that's to say with every single one of my team, I mean, there's a reason that we came out number 1. And that's because we had our team and our country on our back.
Yeah, and winning by 4 points means that every match, every game, every point mattered. And that's just amazing that it happened that way. So competing that way with that in mind, is there a different level of nerves? Is there more pressure? Do you feel that going into it with what you just said? You know, you're representing the entire country. Do you feel that going in, or is it just, okay, I'm just going to go and play my game?
You definitely feel that going in, but you also have all your support team right there. So they're all there for you. Like, whatever you need food right before your match. Like, let me go get some. You need Roger to work on your shoulder before it. So it's like, it's just different. You know, you just have a whole team behind you that you're playing for. It's kind of like a new motivation. So I feel like everyone just plays way better than they knew they could play at Worlds, which is a lot of fun. Oh, hey, Roger.
Roger! We've been talking about him enough.
His ears must have been burning. Hi, Roger. Thank you for coming on. That's very cool. We appreciate that. We've had great things said. Hopefully you got to hear all of it. So fantastic. All right. Well, anything else? Anybody, any sponsors, anything you guys want to talk about before we let you go? We really appreciate your coming on. This has been a great, I'm sure everybody watching, the insight into what's happening. And there's Coach Durham's in there. He's watching, paying attention. So let's start with Erica. Any challenges with the tournament? What's your one takeaway that you would put out to everybody that would motivate them to go out and practice, get to Tempe, Arizona, and make the team?
Yeah. I have two things I'd probably like to add. I haven't been able to compete on Team USA for 5 years since juniors, and I fell back. I'm already in love with the sport, obviously, but going to that event made me re-fall back in love with racquetball. This is why I play. This is why I train. And the team that I had by my side brings goosebumps, truthfully. Yeah. And so Team USA is why I play racquetball and why I love it so much. And to the juniors, we missed you. And I just want to say that we also won that championship for you guys. Even though you guys weren't able to be there, we were thinking about you guys. And if you are a junior that made the team or hasn't made the team, go to junior nationals. Yes. There is so many people that to be a junior and to be able to compete with Team USA on your back is an experience that no other kids get to experience. And very few have the opportunity to do it. So in the next 4 months, the next 2 months especially, a lot of kids will not be training. So if you're a kid out there, or if you're a parent of a kid, the next 2 months, if you guys can put in the work before the tournament when nobody else is training, that's when you're going to see the difference at junior nationals. So I cannot stress it enough to get out on the court twice a week, 3 times a week, can only be for 45 minutes, play small ball, play something fun, but get out on the court and go to junior nationals, because that is an opportunity that so many people would love to have, and an opportunity that I will never forget. So being on Team USA is everything, especially at the junior level.
And hopefully with COVID kind of waning a little bit, it's not gone, but it's starting to wane. We're hoping to have a full year of championships next year, both international and national. So that's phenomenal. And looks like Roger commented back. Good job. Sudsy's in the chat box. Huge congrats to Team USA. Outstanding accomplishment. It is yours forever. And that's really, really cool that that's true. That I think when I called and said something that really gets me, the picture we showed before of the 2014 team, they will be showing the 2021 team pictures for years and decades on the accomplishments you guys had. And that's just neat that will never go away. Charlie, what's your final thoughts? What's your parting piece?
How much time do we have? No.
It was a 30-minute show, and we're about 30 minutes over that.
Okay. All right, great. Well, yeah, a lot to say, but no particular order. A big shout out one more time to Coach Jim Durham on his first year as coach. Congrats on the world title. I jokingly told him at Worlds that there's nowhere to go but downhill from here. But no, it was, what a cool accomplishment for Jim also. I think every coach has their strengths and even weaknesses, obviously. And me being a junior coach, same thing, strengths and weaknesses. But, Jim, it was just a pleasure to be coached by Jim, and he deserves a lot of the credit for this, obviously. If he weren't there, this wouldn't have happened. So huge shout out to Jim. And again, to the sponsors, thank you, Erica, for mentioning them, or to the juniors. It was definitely tough, I think, for a lot of us seeing juniors from other countries competing. although I will say, it was smaller. I think there were about half the countries there that are normally there, but it was still cool to see them competing. And haven't seen some of them, a lot of them in years, and they've all grown up and different age groups now. And now you're seeing new ones in the 8 and under, 10 and under, and it's really cool. I love it personally. Yeah, definitely for me also, it's sort of, it's a back and forth, at least for me, of, how long do I want to keep doing this? You put a lot into this sport for sure you get out what you put in. So if you want to be at this level, you have to dedicate a lot of time and a lot of effort. And, sometimes feels like a grind, and sometimes you're not sure how long you want to do it, but then you go to an event like this and you're reminded why you do these things. And for me, it was like, as soon as I'm there and competing, and I'm like, how could I not want to do this as long as I possibly can? So it was definitely refreshing. And then especially after the 2 years that we've all been through of just not having events like this, to have that was refreshing and very motivating. I've actually been getting some workouts in on vacation here, getting ready. National doubles is coming up quick, and that's another qualifier for us. So it doesn't stop, and that's okay. I'm excited. I think we should all feel pretty blessed that we can do this. So, that's what I got out of it for sure.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. I love the passion. And it's 2 months away and we start the whole process over again. We start looking to name a new team. So that's cool. Kehlani, what'd you take away from it?
I just everyone who went served a purpose. Every single match that they won, like, I know Jake didn't medal necessarily, but him beating people that he did got us that gold. So
Absolutely.
Like every single person just doing their job got us the gold. So, and the coaches, Jim and my mom, Malia, I know they were working really hard for us and they did awesome as well. But I just love the team that we had and excited to go on many more trips with them. And yeah, national doubles is right around the corner, surprisingly. I think we only have like one pro stop before it, or maybe not. That might be the next tournament, the next big one. So I'm excited to see you guys all there. But thanks for having us on tonight, Mike.
Absolutely. So with that, Ron Foster's on watching. Wanted to give a big thumbs up. Fantastic. Really appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate you guys taking time out of your evening to come and join us. We know you got busy schedules and a lot going on, so we really love having you here. Maurice, any other thoughts?
Thanks, guys, for winning. Oh. Yeah.
Great. And probably next time, Maurice and Troy will be on the court vying for a spot.
I thought you said me and Troy on the show. I was about to say, woo, I ain't ready for that.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Thank you very much. Again, congratulations. When you see your teammates, congratulate them.
Yep.
We invited all of them onto the show, and I was hoping we could get everybody on, but I know it's just a busy time of the year. So we appreciate it.
I know Alex had a quote that I think Stuart's able to share for Worlds. I think so. There we go.
There it is. Yeah.
You read better than me, Mike. You got it.
To all my sponsors and team work behind all of this, thank you for trusting my career. This title is for all of you. I love you with my heart. At USA Racquetball, thank you for opening more doors of the best country of the world to represent them with pride. Fantastic. We are thrilled to have Alex on the team, and I know that you guys enjoyed traveling with him. And he had originally said he was going to be able to make the show, had something come up and was not able to, kind of last minute, but we may try and get him back on again and chat with him. I'd love to get him to come on. Watched him on Sudsley's show, and it's just great to see that passion and motivation for competing for USA Racquetball and for USA. So Very cool. We'll let you guys go. Thank you again, and have a great time. And if I don't talk to you beforehand, have a wonderful holidays.
Merry Christmas. See you all. Thank you.
All
Guys,
right,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bye.
Kelani. Bye. How fun was that? That is cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, you hear like what Charlie was saying, you put a lot into it. I mean, I've been playing for a while. Got my daughter now, and sometimes you don't really know, because sometimes you put the work in and you don't immediately get a result back from it, you know? And so hearing their experiences and how you put it, it's like, man, you go to national doubles, like, and you're on the court, it's like, okay, like Erica was saying, happy holidays, so I can take off, it's Christmas, it's New Year's, I can do whatever. But do you want to get on the court and get better so you can gain a competitive advantage over your opponent? Or do you want to go, man, I wish I'd have trained during then, because I wish I'd have had the time to be able to. You make your choices. So hopefully, the old guy dust off the sticks, get onto the court, and be able to hopefully compete and get a better result this year. Hopefully make the team and get a spot.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I want to be able to share those experiences, just not even for myself, but be able to share it with people who might come up and ask me, what was it like? Or being able to video or FaceTime people about it too. Being able to tell my daughter, hey, I got to wear USA on my back and represent my country. Hopefully me and Troy, or me and my brother, being able to do it. Me and Troy would love to be able to go down there. I think that'd be experience not only for us, but I don't think the international community ready for that. I'm just saying. We play a different style of racquetball. Like, I don't think they're ready for it. Like,
but I think it's a lot like what Adam and Erica were talking about.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to change things up.
Yeah.
To go out and shake the tree a little bit and see what happens. And I think whether they're ready for it or not.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Hey, me too. Me too. But I'm happy. I'm happy to be able to say, the athletes that went out, like, I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. I'm glad they went out and did what they did. I know it was a lot of traveling. They were down there for a while, but they were able to get it done. Thanks to Coach Jim Durham for doing everything he did. First try, first goal. Congrats. Regardless if the margin was 4 points, 1 point, 100 points. Win's a win.
Doesn't matter.
Win's a win. The medals around, the trophies here, they get to defend it in 2 years.
Yep.
Well, 2022.
Yep. It's very cool. We're very proud of the whole team and everybody, the coaches, sports staff, everybody that worked so hard to make that happen. So very cool.
Sheriff came clutch with those blogs too. Man, what? Love those blogs.
Yeah.
What? Every single one. I read every single one of them.
Yeah. It's amazing how much work they put into that and how much information she gets out. It makes you feel like you're kind of there and part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very cool. All right. Well, because of the holidays, we will not have a show on our normal date. Normally we would have a show on December 27th. We will not this year. Everybody's going to spend time with their families and enjoying the holiday. We will be back for game 34. Mark it on your calendar. Monday, January 10th will be the next show. Okay. So we will not have a show on the 27th, but we will start up Monday, January 27th, and go back to an every 2 week pattern. So check out the newsletter. There's one coming out in 2 days. Look at your email. If you don't get it, let somebody know. Give us a call, send us an email. We'll make sure that your email's in the system. Reserve a court. If you go to the club, don't just go show up and play on a court. We want you to show up and play on a court, but please call up and reserve the court, whether it's online, on phone, stop at the desk, let them know, mark it down. It's the way they track who's using courts. Okay. Mm-hmm. And one of the most important parts, Maurice, what's the most important thing they're supposed to do? Everybody, please, we beg of you, bring somebody on a court and teach them how to play.
Absolutely.
Get somebody new on a court, put a racket in their hand, a racket, the ball, and just let them go bang around and enjoy themselves. Doesn't matter age-wise, get them on a court, get them to enjoy the sport. It's a great way to work out. Everybody, we all love it. Teach somebody else how to love it.
Absolutely. Please like and share the feed on every Facebook page Help get it out. That way people can see it. As Mike's saying, bring someone on the court, put a racket on their hand, please reserve a court. That way they understand we actually use the courts for those things. Last thing but least, everybody, I don't want to, complicate it or put a burden on anybody, but can we hashtag help Mike Wedel get on a racquetball? I love that to be my Christmas gift. Somebody please get that for me done. Everybody hashtag help Mike Wedel get on a racquetball court. That's all I need. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you very much. And it's my New Year's resolution to take up racquetball.
Okay. Help Mike Wedel get on a racquetball court. Hashtag it.
All right. I may need you to come down and teach me how to play. I don't know.
That's fine. I've never been to Kansas. I'd love it.
Really? Oh my goodness.
I know you said Troy. Never been.
Troy will talk to you about it. You come down, we'd have a great time. So appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas and New Year. And everybody, we'll talk to you all soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.